Hello and welcome to the Yasmin Geddis Break the Silence Trust Mental Health Awareness Week campaign, where I'll be speaking with several public figures from my community about mental health and this year's very important topic, and that is kindness. So my very first guest that I have here is Mayor of the Causeway and Glens, Bateson, and we're going to be speaking to him today very quickly just about the Yasmin Geddis Break the Silence Trust, which he chose as his charity of the year, everything that's happening in our town and in the world at the minute, and his experience with mental health within the community, and then we'll finish on some advice from the Mayor. So welcome to my Zoom meeting. How are you?
I'm not too bad, Yasmin. Thanks for having me on. It's quite a mad time we're living through, but it's nice to be able to engage with yourself still, and it's great to talk about something I'm very passionate about, mental health.
Yeah, no, 100%. You've been a great support to me and to my family and to the wider community, obviously. So today is actually World Mental Health Awareness Day. So you have the privilege of being the day and captaining everything all off for the rest of the week. So basically what we want to discuss then today is, since this year's topic is kindness, the very first piece of kindness I received from you was being chosen as the Mayor's Charity of the Year for 2019-2020. And I remember where I was taking a karate class in my home dojo for the summer. It was our summer school, and my dad was halfway around Northern Ireland on the cycle for suicide for 2019, and I got this message and I was like, the Mayor just messaged me. And I think I made you wait 2 weeks before I replied to you, because my dad then had to finish the cycle and I didn't have time to sit down and go through all the messages. And I was like, I just ignored the Mayor. But then we finally did meet in your room then at the council offices, and you asked us to be the Charity of the Year. Why did you choose us as your charity for 2019-2020? And what was it about us that initially stood out?
Well, as I say, mental health is something I'm very passionate about. And whenever I took up the role as Mayor, I kind of wanted to put a keen focus on raising awareness around mental health. And I wanted to focus my charity, which I get the pleasure of choosing, around mental health as well. So obviously there's a number of mental health charities across the north, but I came across yourselves, ZGBTST, Break the Silence Trust. Firstly, I came across it through your blog online, and I started reading your blog, and I have to say I was very moved and very touched by your personal story of loss with ZGBTST, and the impact which it's had in your family, and then obviously just turning that around and trying to do something positive to raise awareness around mental health and in particular suicide. So I was very moved and very touched by your individual story as a family, and the great work which you've started doing on ZGBTST's memory and his legacy. And then I seen a number of the initiatives which you were doing regarding your daddy, doing the cycle across all the towns here, and I have to say I thought that was a very brilliant move from yourselves, and it was a great way of branching yourselves out there. And I know your daddy had a great time going around all the different towns and raising awareness for ZGBTST and for suicide and mental health in general. So I seen what you were doing, and especially because you are local to this area, you are based in Korean, and obviously me being the Mayor of Causeway, Coast and Glens, I just thought it was the perfect match. So you were raising awareness around mental health, and you were local to this area, and I just thought, right, that's the charity which I want to choose. I want to get you guys on board, and try and do good work over the course of the year. So I'm glad you just took up the offer, and just allowed me to be your charity. And I have to say it's been a great year having you on board, and I hope we've done some good trying to raise awareness and around mental health, and also to help you guys with the charity itself and taking it to another level.
No, it really was such a great boost for the trust to be able to have such a popular person behind us. It really did help us in more ways than you'll ever know, and we've fully enjoyed everything that we have experienced with the council, and especially with yourself. It's been a very good experience for us. So with being Mayor of the Causeway, Coast and Glens, has that kind of changed your perception, or give you different ideas or a different look into the world of mental health and what needs that our community actually has?
Well, In terms of changing my perception, I wouldn't go insofar saying I've changed my perception, because obviously I would be aware that there is serious needs out there and communities surrounding mental health. What it has done is probably raised my awareness on a wider scale of the level of mental health needs that are in local communities, and obviously there is a number of organisations and charities like yourselves which are doing great work looking out for people in need locally, but there's always can be more done, and that's the thing surrounding mental health. There always can be more done, and I think it is an initiative which governments have to look at. It's an initiative which Stormont has to look at, and providing more resources and providing more funding towards mental health, and really making it a key priority in this day and age, because it is. My wee niece just came down with a cupcake for me, so.
Hi.
Hello, Bella.
Hi, Bella.
That's a wee act of kindness there.
That is an act of kindness. That was really lovely.
So obviously, in this day and age, mental health is a big thing, and it's becoming more widespread. And I think there's a lot more awareness being done about it, and a lot more awareness being raised about it. But there always can be more done about it. So I think me being in this capacity as mayor has allowed me to go into the different communities and engage with different people, and it's really widened my scope of the level of needs that are on local communities.
100%. You kind of answered my next question was, do you think there's enough being done within the community in regards to mental health awareness? And I think you answered it really perfectly. It's like it's actually border spectrum where people need to really come together and really discuss on how we're actually going to tackle the needs of everybody. And the recognition and stuff that you give us enabled us to have a really good platform going forward to really conduct more research within the Causeway Coast and Glens and further afield to really narrow down what it is that the community needs and where the support is actually lacking. So moving on then to our current situation that we're in at the minute, some people are handling it really well, and then some people are not taking it in their stride. But as mayor, your situation is a little bit different. It's a little bit different than any other mayor that's really come before you, because now you're having to conduct your many duties that I know that you have from home. So how have you been adapting to this situation as mayor, and then just as a regular man, kind of it's trapped in his home?
Well, I have to say, I don't think many mayors will ever have to face a global pandemic. So it's definitely unique in that aspect. I have to say, look, a lot of my day-to-day mayor duties is meeting and greeting members of the public, and obviously due to the regulations and the restrictions which are in place due to the coronavirus outbreak, I haven't been able to do my usual day-to-day mayor business as much. Yes, you can have that, Bella. I'm on here, so. So a lot of my day-to-day sort of kind of mayor duties and mayor business I'm prohibited from doing it. But I've been able to innovate and use my platform as mayor and as a public representative to do other things. So I'm appealing to the general public to continue to adhere to all the guidelines and stay at home, social distancing, etc., through social media, so like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I have been involved locally with my community response, which is set up here in Causeway through the GAA. So they've been doing great work looking out for the vulnerable and isolated within our local community by helping to deliver prescriptions and groceries and food parcels, etc. So they're doing great work, and I know that's replicated throughout the entire Causeway Coast and Glens area, with over I think there's 80 community groups involved over this area, which are looking out for the needy and their own local communities. And the council itself has set up a coordination hub in Flowerfields, and they're kind of coordinate with all the different community groups as well. So I went down there to pay them a visit to see some of the work which they were doing, and it's great to see the staff and the council. Obviously, their day-to-day business and duties are sort of kind of have been curtailed as well, but they're being redeployed into other areas of need at this time. So it's great to see the council taking a forefront of that there. I've also actually been doing a number of good morning calls daily to a couple of elderly residents within Causeway Coast and Glens. So I've been doing that through the LCDI and Limavady, ringing up a few elderly people, keeping in contact with them, making sure they're doing okay. So I've been doing that there, and then also I've been keeping in regular contact with the chief executive of the council and or many councillors within the council, just to make key decisions of the critical functions of the council and what they're doing. So it's been different than the usual hustle and bustle of mayor duties and running around Causeway, Coast and Glens. But that's just the sign of the times at the minute. I want people to stay at home. I want people to keep safe. I want to save and protect as many lives as possible. And the best thing for me to do is to adhere to them guidelines, is to stay at home and continue to kind of press on and ask people to do similar. But yeah, just trying to be involved locally through the community response. Also, there's, again, because it's an uncertain time for a lot of people, people are out of work. People are very unsure of their positions. So a lot of people have been coming to me asking for advice and looking help with their circumstances. So I'm trying to pinpoint them and help them also through their roles as councillors. So it's been different, but it's still been quite a busy period over the past number of weeks also.
We see you're sporting a lovely isolation haircut.
Yes, definitely.
How long did you last?
Well, my hair grows very fast, and I sort of got.
We have to address it. There's no way out of it. We had to.
No, definitely. Elephant in the room at the minute. But my hair grows very fast, and I got out of hand, and I gave my sister the great pleasure of cutting my hair, and it didn't go quite according to plan. But I had no other choice but to shave the full thing off. But thank God we're in lockdown. Just I think you can get away with it in the current circumstances.
And I know that you've been spending a lot of time with Bella B.
Yes.
Homeschooling.
Yes, well.
As your profession of being a teacher, then before you became mayor, then that must come in handy with Bella.
Well, I have to say it's been easier teaching in the classroom than it has been doing one-to-one. But I have to say, no, she has been a real godsend having Bella here over this outbreak. It's great fun having her in the house and having her as company whenever we're kind of locked down all the time. So we've had a great crack the past number of weeks and going our walks daily. If anybody follows me on Instagram or Snapchat,
and we see them.
You'll see the many stories put up of our daily walks. So
yeah.
that's been one thing which has definitely kept my spirits high over this year. So I'm blessed in that way.
Your Instagram name to like Bella Bateson.
She's gonna be a wee celebrity, but you see, when she's older.
No, she's just lovely. So you were talking there about the different community groups then that are like set up. That itself really contributes towards like what mental health awareness week is all about in 2020, and those small acts of kindness. And it's through this isolation period that we've really seen people from all different backgrounds come together and really support one another through this hardship that we're actually facing. And you said there before, you actually come from Causeway, which itself is a very like united and tight-knitted community. I'm going to leave the contact details for anybody who lives in Causeway for that particular support group that is helping. I know that it's your local GAA club, is it? What kind of things are they doing at the minute then to support the community?
Well, we've a key contact list, which we have.
Well, are you involved?
Say again, sorry?
Are you involved with them?
Oh yes, I'm involved with them. I'm a member of the club, and I'm on the key contact list, which has been we've a poster which we distributed and shared through social media. It's on Facebook and Twitter and on the GA page, Correct GAC page. So basically, the things we've been doing, we've been in contact with all the shops locally here in Causeway, all the pharmacies, and we're kind of helping them out with regards to people coming in and looking groceries delivered or prescriptions delivered. We've also we've been coordinating with the council here in Causeway, Coast and Glens through the coordination hub. So anybody that is in need and really struggling, we're helping to deliver food packages out to them also. We've obviously we've come up with a number of here comes Bella here now. So it does. So she is. So we've come up with a kind of a list here of kind of vulnerable people in our community, which we know are needing help. So we're trying to keep in contact with them and making sure that they're being provided. But luckily, this time here, as you say, it's been a great. The one shining light out of this year coronavirus outbreak, I think, has been the coming togetherness of people, communities, and the solidarity which local communities have really rallied around one another. So you know, luckily enough, most people have been accommodated for through family and friends and neighbours, and thankfully most people are being catered for. But we're still keeping a close eye out on the vulnerable and isolated, and trying to do our best for them, you know, and which is what we can do at this time, you know.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thanks so much for agreeing to be my first guest. It's really strange me asking the questions and someone else answering them. But have you got any little bits of advice that you want to offer anybody that may be struggling, or because it is Mental Health Awareness Week, do you have any words of advice for anybody?
Well, I would the one main word of advice I would say to somebody if they are struggling is to reach out. Reach out. Well, that's actually a good idea, Bella. So it is. Begging is definitely something which is good for clearing the head. But look, I would tell anybody that's struggling to reach out to contact yourselves through the trust or a close family member or friend, and definitely reach out and speak to somebody if you are struggling. There's other ways of minding your mental health, especially over the coronavirus outbreak. As Bella says there, she's enjoyed the baking over this year outbreak, which I really enjoyed, and which has really helped me is walking. It's very simple, you know, just going out every day, enjoying the good weather we've been having, and going 4 or 5 miles walk. You know, after that, there you just feel completely different and feel refreshed, etc. So that's been the one piece of advice which I found really good over this year outbreak. But I would just tell somebody if they are struggling badly, just to please reach out. There's always somebody who'll be at hand to try and help with your difficulties.
No, 100%. Well, thank you very much to my friend, Mayor Sean Bateson. So I will see you soon, and we'll wave goodbye to everybody. Bye, Bella.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.